there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Too much focus on the top 1% as far as looks. Too much focus. You know what? And this is more on the men focusing on other men as far as what they look like. Because, you got a bunch of guys out here, they obsessed with Chad this and Chad that. And you actually got guys that feel like if you ain't in that top 1%, I've actually seen commentary to that extent, it's over for you. I'm like, that gotta be the most psychotic ass thing. And then secondarily, just focus on the top 1% in women, dudes that look at a woman and she'd probably be about a 7 or something. Oh, she don't look good enough. I'm like, what planet y'all on? Look, here's the problem with all of that. One, ain't enough of that 1%, or really 0.1% that exists. And some dudes acting like they the only ones getting the sex out here. And I'm like, dude, it's numerically impossible unless all that person would have to do in order to get all the women these guys think they get is just do nothing else but fuck all day. And just fuck anybody all day, really, any woman all day. And that's not going to happen. Indeed, I'm going to tell you something new. I've said before, I worked briefly as a modeling company. And I actually used to do a lot of vending at fashion shows and stuff. Several fashion shows. So I've seen this stuff up close and personal. A lot of those guys who are even in that 0.1%, if they're heterosexual, tend to have low counts. They don't be messing around like they'll get them a badass woman and they good. They will get them a badass woman. Like I know this one dude, he would definitely, especially when he was younger, be considered part of that 0.1%. He's actually had some fame to him. And his count was less than 20. But all the women I seen him with several that I knew he was dealing with, were bad as shit. They were like minimum 8. Like a lot of those guys, if you're a man, you got a chance to get with fine women or very beautiful women. Why you gonna mess around with all these other women? Shoot, let's be real with it. If you got a real chance of getting with that 0.1% of women, you gonna deal with them, right? So that's how they are. But see, you got guys outside of that have no idea what these guys are doing and fantasizing. In fact, I talked to several women about that. Because I asked them, I said, well, how often do you see these guys that look like these male models or male supermodel types? Because that's what, guys talking about that usually are referring to, And I talked to a few lady friends ranging from like early 20s until like their 60s. They all say it's rare. It's rare to actually see it. And then, of course, I know a bunch of people use, they'll say, well, Tinder and social media. Only 30% of the population American population is even on one of those dating things. And Tinder, that's a poor example. Men outnumber women on Tinder. Wait a minute, Joe. Let me let this joint pass. Go ahead, fam. Go ahead. Yeah, take your time. Men outnumber women on Tinder 9-1, so it's like whatever. And even that, let me go on a tangent real quick. The overwhelming majority of women who use those dating apps and stuff, the overwhelming majority of them ain't supermodels. And the ones that seem like they are, a lot of times these sites be setting them up for that, so you gotta take that with a grain of salt. Let's just be real with it. Why would a woman need to get online to look for somebody if she's that damn hot? Use some common sense. But here's the reason I'm even talking about it, because my thing is self-development for men. Self-development, sexual development, ultimately just development, period. if a man can't look himself in the mirror and feel good about himself, that's crazy. You ain't gonna get anywhere. If you have low self-esteem, or you feel like your looks don't measure up to a minuscule part of the population, or a woman's gonna reject you based on that, that's crazy. That's crazy. And you're gonna find it's not even just about getting women, but just succeeding in life. Period. Because then you're gonna come up with reasons why somebody didn't give you a raise, or you didn't get that business deal or something. You know, you're gonna walk through the world with fear and everything, and that doesn't do. And my thing is this: why worry about that next man? Why be concerned about it when it's less? And see, for all practical purposes, you have, I mean, come on, let's use some common sense. If your ass go outside, if your ass goes anywhere, if you got any friends, you see that there are men who don't look like those male models getting women, getting pussy, succeeding in life. Seriously. That's why I stay on that issue, because a man cannot defeat himself. But too many men focus on that upper tier so much. And, you know, first of all, don't worry about that next man. The only man you need to worry about is the man in the mirror. You know? Seriously. That's the only one you need to worry about. If another man, first of all, if another man look good to you and you fawning all over him, and you tell a woman that, say that around a woman, she gonna question you. She gonna question you. She gonna be like, why are you checking out that man harder than she is? Seriously. You gotta check yourself on that. And that's just dealing with men, because you got some other men, if the woman ain't looking like supermodel of the world, they don't want to deal with her. Well, even supermodel of the world don't look like that. Y'all be surprised if you see them up close and personal, how many of those models look ordinary when they don't have that makeup on, or they don't got that photographer right there, or all of that. When you see those models and stuff, they be putting on a ton of makeup, the makeup perfect. They can contour their noses, everything. Got some, got a hairdresser who can charge a couple $100 to fix their hair. They got lighting. They got photographers. They got all this stuff. And then push come to shove, they got Photoshop. But you get some guys going crazy over them. It's not realistic. It's not realistic. Meanwhile, if you take all that stuff off of them and you see them, I mean, they don't look bad. No, they don't look like a 9, but they still might be a good 7 or something. Some of them. But still, it's not realistic. You might have a woman who might support you and stuff and still be above average. That's the beauty of it. Still be above average. If a woman rated at least a 6, that's above average. If she is 7. And trust me, women, since they prefer to be the better looking of the two, if the woman's a 7, if you can make yourself a 6, you can get her. If she's an 8, you can make yourself a 6, you can get her. As long as you look presentable to women. I know some guys thinking otherwise. Nah, women don't want to be the lesser of the two. Only exception is if the woman's extremely ugly and she knows she ugly and she wants to get validated by getting that guy. And even then, he ain't gonna be a supermodel type. That supermodel look, because that type, he gonna get a badass woman. Like I said, I know some guys who could at least come close to that. Oh, their women were bad. They ain't worried about no count or anything. I got something else to say about that count. Well, let me just say it now real quick. Quality, not quantity. Quality, not quantity. I've always been about that. I'd rather have quality and shit. But, yeah, don't focus on that shit too much. Don't focus on the next person any damn way. Focus on making yourself the best. Not even just to get women. Because women, at the end of the day, are the commercial. Your main program is to make it in life, period. You go for it in life. I'm going to tell you something now. I don't talk about my life a lot. But, shit. Anytime my pimps, my sons, they got me in my red bottom shoes. They saying, you know what, this couch, Dad, we ain't feeling it. Anytime I could walk into a furniture store and say, check it out. I was checking out a couch, so I say probably next month. Wait till we get out of retrograde and get one, but probably next month I'll probably have a new couch. And they were testing me. I told you, my pimps, they don't play. I remember I was looking at one, and the salesperson was like, "Well, we got a plan." I was like, "No, I can just pay for it right now. I don't like installment plans. I'll just pay for something outright. If I can't pay for it outright, I don't mess with it. That's for my money, people. Seriously, if I can't, even my car, y'all knows I paid it off in a year. Unfortunately, actually, I could have paid the whole thing at one time, but I wanted to keep money in my savings. But my point is, through all saying all of that, to say, stop worrying about the next man. Stop being obsessed. Be realistic, guy. If you're talking about a woman, most of these women, I say, the overwhelming majority of women ain't getting with those top guys anyway. They might look at them and think they look nice. Indeed, I was talking with one of my lady friends last night. I mentioned because a lot of men be on that thing talking about Justin Bieber or Jeremy Meeks. I mentioned Justin Bieber, and she was like, "You look like an alcoholic." And she was like, "Ew." I mentioned Jeremy Meeks. She was like, "Who?" It's like, and she's somebody who stay up with all this shit. I hate to say it, bitches. Oh, that guy. Yeah, I. Not worried about it. Worry about yourself and look for your tribe. Because trust me, I don't care who you are. There's some woman checking your ass out. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Somebody checking you out. And probably keep yourself in decent shape. Decent shape. Somebody checking you out as long as your ass is realistic. So, anyway, that's all for today. Yeah, Memorial Day, vacation time for everybody else, but I'm about that hustle. I got to make some money for my pimps. I mean, sons. They do though. They want that expensive ass. They want that good ass couch. They were looking at what I said. I don't got that much space. I had to get a bigger house. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Yeah, have a good Memorial Day. Peace and blessings.